also known as Jacob Sims. This is the Halloween edition of LHS On Air, where we search beneath the floorboards for today's heartbeats of today's trends and stories. Be warned, dual enrollment payments are due by next Friday, and the yearbook staff has 10 extra yearbooks to sell for $70. They'll be sold on a first-come, first-served basis. I know it's Halloween, and you could trick-or-treat to your telltale heart's desire, but be warned to steer clear of the black cat, as he will lead you to a brick wall that you will not be able to escape. On to Bryce Hilbert with the current events segment.
Thanks, Pop. Hi, my name's Bryce, and Halloween might be canceled this year, but that doesn't mean others aren't finding ways to enjoy themselves, like this 2-year-old boy who befriended a 5-foot skeleton. A mother was searching in her basement when her son Theo noticed the decoration. He took it everywhere he went, including the mall, restaurants, and even trick-or-treating. The imagination a young child has. Now I know what you're wondering. Bryce, why aren't you wearing a costume? I actually am. It took me a long time to make, but I designed the first ugly costume. Back to you, Jake.
On a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. Only this, and nothing more. Thank you, Bryce. We now turn over to Shannon.
Hi, I'm Shannon Booth with this week's Trending. I've got a list of a bunch of spooky activities to do this Halloween weekend, which will please any ghost or goblin. The first one is on Abington Main Street. They're hosting a scavenger hunt. You follow the clues around town to complete a spooky mission and earn your reward. The scavenger hunt will be from 3 to 7 p.m. The Barter Theater is hosting a double feature at the Moonlight Theater Drive-In, with a performance of Sleepy Hollow followed by Dracula. The event will also feature a costume contest. Visit their website for tickets. Corn Fusion Corn Maze in Brimley Gap is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A Hallow Screams Corn Maze opens at dark. Admission is $7. Theater Bristol's Haunted Maze will have you finding yourself walking into some of the most iconic horror flicks of all time. Admission is also $7 for this one. Check out Theater Bristol on Facebook for more information. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is playing at the Bonnie Kate Theater in Elizabethton, Tennessee. The show will play on October 31st and November 1st at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20 and include a goodie bag filled with playing cards, noisemakers, newspapers, etc. needed to participate in this audience interactive cult classic. And that's all we have for this segment of Trending.
Hi mates, my name is Brianna Johnson with this week's Top 5. Now, we all know that the list of most overused Halloween costumes could go on, but we have shortened this down to a condensed list. At number 5, although admittedly scary, really overused, we have the clown. At number 4, we have Scream. At number 3, we have the easiest last-minute costume, the cat. At number 2, we have Harley Quinn. And finally, the most overused and most historically inaccurate, we have the witch. That has been this week's Halloween Top 5.
Oh, buenos días.
Hi. I'm fine.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'm fine.
what?
It's okay.
I'm just sure. I'm not sure. Vale, no te acerques. No seas cabrona, tía, no te acerques. Por favor.
I'm just trying to tell you all
Vale.
the weathers. My name is Andrew Cantrell, and this week's weather is a high of 69 and a low of 39. And, well, y'all need to stay safe. This doesn't happen very often, well, sometimes. But this week's weather high is 69 and as low as 39. Be safe, pioneers.
this week's review is Supernatural. Supernatural is a story about brothers. They hunt things like supernatural things, like wendigos, demons, sometimes angels. All in all, Supernatural repeats itself a lot, with plot lines, storylines. I can't tell you how many times both boys have died, or their relatives. And it gets confusing later on in the show, about season 12, because people that has been canonly dead is back with hardly any explanation, other than, oh, it's a parallel universe. Well, all in all, I do like Supernatural. It has its flaws, but it tells a good story, and it has good meaning behind it. That no matter what or who you are, you can be family, and that family will always be there for you. For Supernatural, I give it 5 stars, even though it has its flaws, and it's one of the longest running shows on TV. And that's about it.
This week's teacher spotlight is Mr. Keene. He has taught at Lebanon High School for 2 years. He graduated from Honaker and has worked in jobs such as a chainsaw operator, a pizza delivery driver, and a correctional officer before going back to school to become a teacher. His interesting fact is that he loves dogs, and he almost went to dog training school instead of going to college. His biggest pet peeve is whenever students do not talk in class. And his advice for the young students of Lebanon High School is to focus on what you want and to eliminate any distractions. That has been this week's Teacher Spotlight.
'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Thank you for tuning in to the Halloween edition of LHS On Air. Be sure to be here next week